Do. I think you can see it. I can see Jupiter. Welcome. We're going to be live streaming Jupiter up here, but it's getting hit with a little bit of cloud, so I thought I'd share the Dobsonian first, say hello, and how you guys doing? We're on YouTube. All right, so all folks start coming in. Planet keeps disappearing on me. Hopefully it clears back up here. It was clear when I came out, but we'll see. See what happens. It's there. Not sure why I'm not finding it though. You see it now? Yeah, you guys see it now. Hey, there's folks here. Hey, guys. Let me try to get this centered back up. I don't know how I'm missing it. I think I bumped my finder scope. It is not. That should be right on it. Got a star. Anybody else have this much trouble finding a planet? That's on it. It's the Barlow. I'm going to take the Barlow out. Yeah, there it is. Barlow makes it really tricky to find. Okay. Why isn't that going in now? There we go. Okay. All right, let's get you on. So we're going to spin this around. Okay. This is impossible to do at night. Screw this one. I'm gonna have to get a light and do this. All right, now I have a light on there. Now I can see where we're going. Hey guys. So that's what we'll start with. And we got Jupiter. Okay. So now we just do a little zoomage. I'm not seeing the chat if there is one. Hopefully that's coming through good. Beautiful night tonight. So this will be kind of moving upside down. Yeah, it's moving upside down for you guys, but that's okay. Hey, there's the folks. There you guys are. Now I see your chat. Okay. How is this? This is trying widescreen. See if it comes through any better. It's really tricky. We're seeing some striations. Looks pretty cool, huh? Clear sky in your area? Awesome. Looks good. Sweet. So that's the zoomed in version. And then it gets kind of brighter when we zoom out, but you don't see as many details then, you know? It just gets brighter. You lose those striations. We're gonna do Jupiter and Mars tonight on here. It's the first time I've ever done a mobile live stream widescreen on a Dobsonian. So a little tricky to get set up there, but I think we got it somewhat working. Yeah. Favorite planets? Nice. So Jupiter's about 35 degrees up. So it's getting into that time where it's going to start getting wibble wobbly as it goes down to set. But Mars is still up pretty high. So you can see what Mars looks like here in a few minutes. It warmed up here in Pennsylvania today. I was pretty excited about that. Neptune, yeah, I want to see Neptune one day as well. It's so low. It already set. It's below Venus, so it sets by like 9 p.m. So really hard to see. And when we had it high in the sky, I'd had all clouds for like 2 months, you know. Now I'm starting to get this break in the weather finally, so I'm going live every chance I get to share whatever I can. And it's just like, go, you know. how do I get the chat back up? There's got to be a button for it. When you guys talk, it's like disappearing comments. So I miss them if I don't read them right away. I'm gonna ideally be doing the total lunar eclipse March 13th into the 14th. It'll be a late night. It'll start around midnight, 11 or midnight. That'll be here on YouTube. It's the goal anyhow, unless the plans fall through. All right, we're about ready to head up to Mars, guys. Saturn. I love Saturn. I wish I could get the chat to stay on the screen. If I tap you, it doesn't go away. It doesn't come back. Is there a double tap? Over here on the right, there's hello from Spain. Hey, how you doing? We can go up and see Mars. Let's go see Mars. So we'll zoom this out. This will be tricky because I think I'm going to need you guys to rotate a little like this. Yeah, I'm going to say like that. Okay. Let's see if we can get you up there. We're going up to there, somewhere up in here. This is tricky. It doesn't give you much light at all on here. So might have to do the whole remove Barlow again. The amount of tightening. Okay. Get that centered. We might be able to do Mars without the Barlow, but I can see right now we're not quite on. There we go. Look how small Mars is. Oh. I got the chat back up. What did I do? I think it was like 2-button touch or something. There is Mars. Hey, Becca. All right, what did I do? Oh, I did it. Neptune and Uranus. Pan is sticky tonight. It's that humidity. We had humidity for like the first time in like a month. 2 months, I guess. All right. So from here, it's easier to just stay on this eyepiece. I can't get much of a better Mars, I don't think. I mean, I can try the zoom. Here's the zoom. Yeah, that's about it. It's going to be a blob. But that's Mars. And I wonder if we'll be able to get Sirius. I bet we could get Sirius. It's a pretty bright star. If I bring this down, what's that going to do? You guys aren't angled too bad. Sirius might be behind a tree branch, though. That's the only problem. Yeah, I think it's behind a tree branch. I think it's behind a tree. Come back over here to Jupiter. Here we can adjust you guys down a little. It's just so tiny. Hey, Jupiter. See, for me, the chat is on the left side of the screen. Can I visit the world's most powerful telescope? I think that would be like in Chile or something. I wish. I would love to be able to do that. I want to start traveling soon. Take this show on the road. Travel all over. I'm going to start. Probably have to sell stuff to do it. So like hats. I'm going to start with hats. What do you think? Sell some hats to help finance that. Let's all go there. Yeah, there we go. That'd be a cool goal. But yeah, I'm gonna do van life, and so I'm gonna need to sell like merch or something. So I do have something that'll be coming out soon. I think everybody will like it. I think you guys will. Let's put the Barlow in, which is a 2x multiplier. Now with astronomy, when you Miss Barlow's continuously stuck trying to go in. It doesn't. There we go. He yells at me, don't tip the phone, Nate. Don't tip the phone, because YouTube gets mad if the phone tips. This is the biggest challenge ever. Keep the phone horizontal on a Dobsonian eyepiece. It's like, I can't even describe the amount of frustration it is. But when you're magnifying, you sacrifice light. So when we do that, now we're starting to see striations because I put more lenses in the path. So it gave us magnification, but it started to dim Jupiter down. So now we start to see striations. Hey, John Boy. Hey, guys. We're checking out Jupiter through a telescope. You guys yelled at me the other day and said you didn't like the vertical format. So I'm trying to do widescreen tonight. But my phone's on the eyepiece on a Dobsonian telescope. So the eyepiece is on the side of the telescope. So the phone's sideways clamped on. So I'm working against some gravity issues and angle issues with when I'm aiming the telescope up in the sky. So that we could do widescreen. But I think it's coming through pretty good. I think it looks pretty cool. A telescope camera might be cool. Okay, so I swipe up on the left for comments. Now I got it. Australia, hi Andrew. Oh, thanks. My name's Speed. Tomorrow it is. What's tomorrow? Jupiter's making me hungry for jawbreakers. Harry Larry. I like the name. You wish Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are visible, but I usually imagine all there will be. Yeah, I wish we could just easily see all the planets. You know, I'm in Pennsylvania. The moon comes back out the 28th. The 27th is a new moon, so it's closest to the sun. Then it'll start being up just after sunset, a little bit higher and higher each night, starting the 28th. But right now, it sets just before the sun. Just a little sliver of a moon left. You can see it during the day, just before sunset, but it's mostly a day moon. It rises just before the sun, and it leads the sun across the sky every day. And that's why around new moon, people are like, the moon disappeared, where'd it go? No, it's just new moon. It's when it's closer to the sun, every, 28.3 days or whatever. Your name is Dark Ghost. I like it. Hey, Tracy. Saturn, if I have clear skies on the horizon, I'll show Mercury and Saturn. They're next to each other, but they're real close to the sun. They're right on the horizon after sunset when it gets dark enough to see them, you know. Uranus is like, people say they can see it with their naked eye, but I've yet to do that. I haven't even, I mean, I got it in the dwarf little smart telescope once. It's just a little tiny little dot. And I think you would need like really dark skies to see something like that, you know. Hey, John, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy them. I'm having a lot of fun. Don't tell the other platforms, but you guys are my favorite, okay? But don't tell the other platforms that. Don't want to get in trouble. I bet you tell all the platforms that. No, I don't. You ever traveled with your scope to amazing places? I have seen a few places with my telescope, but like, just like Florida, telescopes, I've been Florida, California, Colorado, New York, Ohio, just states, not like exotic countries or something. Yeah, Saturn you can see with your eyes, and your cameras will pick it up too, but you won't really see the rings or anything. This on here, you can see the rings really good, but right now we're going to the, I think it's like coplanar, they call it or whatever, where Earth is in line with the rings of Saturn, so we can barely see them. They pretty much disappear. So you may have heard news stories about Saturn's rings disappearing. That's what they're talking about. And then they hype it up to get you all engaged, you know. They got to do the whole hook, line, sinker stuff. So they're like, Saturn's rings are disappearing. And then you're like, oh no, because all of a sudden you care if Saturn's rings disappear. And then they tell you, oh no, it's just because we're in line with them. So they look real small. Yeah, we're on the 8-inch Dobsonian. And I don't say the model of this one too much anymore because Orion is no longer in operation. But this is the Orion XT8 and they don't make it anymore. So a comparable model would be any 8-inch Dobsonian telescope. So I try to lean away from the make and model of this one because Orion sadly is no longer in operation. Pretty sad. How many telescopes do you have? I just got one. I want to get a better one. I think I have 5. Alaska skies are amazing. I've been up there a few times, but not with a telescope. Highly recommend the top of Mauna Kea. Ooh, is that like Hawaii or something? My scope specs. This is 1219 millimeter focal length, 8-inch diameter, Dobsonian. Most amazing or weird thing I've seen. People in Walmart probably is the most weirdest thing I've ever seen. A lot weirder than the stuff in the sky. But in the sky, just like satellites and stuff flying, buzzing by. Big Island, Hawaii, nice. Thank you, Tracy. Telescopes, how many do I have? I think 5. Let's see, I have an Astrotech AT72ED2. I have just a 70 millimeter Celestron travel scope. I have an 8-inch Dobsonian telescope, and I have a Celestron 8SE. 2, 3, 4. I guess 4. But then I have a smart telescope, the Dwarf 3 by Dwarf Lab, that I'm slowly working on making some videos for. Tonight after this, I'm gonna do some sort of deep space object that I'll post for you guys. I've been having fun posting on my community posts on here for you guys. I feel like I've gotten to know a lot of you pretty well through there. Venus, Jupiter, and Mars, the naked eye, maybe Saturn too. You've probably seen Saturn, you just might not have known that's what it was. Yeah, I want to go to Hawaii. I haven't been to Hawaii yet. I've been to every other state, but I haven't been to Hawaii. And when I go, I want to visit an observatory. But the last I checked, like the observatory was closed. The one was. I didn't know if they've had it reopened or not. Good starting telescope is the one you're going to use. That may sound cheesy, but it could not be any more serious because they make different ones for different things. They don't really make an all-around, all Swiss Army knife telescope that does everything. You either want to do deep sky stuff, which would be like galaxies and nebula, or you want to do planetary, like the planets, the sun, and the moon. And then from there, you're either going to want to do like imaging, something like this, putting your phone on it, or just looking through it. So then that changes it. And then on top of that, the eyepieces and all of the accessories that go along with it. So I am very biased to Dobsonian telescopes. I think they're a fantastic starter telescope. They're a few $100s up to like $600-700. And then if you need help though, because telescopes can be a little intimidating and confusing at first, I put together an entire buying guide for people. It's free. It's on my channel page, on my link tree, a complete telescope buying guide. So it gives you the ins and the outs, shows you the ropes of telescopes, and if you go through that, you can have a pretty good idea of what you're going to want to get into. Yeah, Comet. I don't know what Comet. There's a lot of words. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of this stuff, guys. It's you guys fly by the screen because I only see like 2 lines of comments. Then I have to scroll. Then I have to chase Jupiter. Now I have to get the comments back there. Oh, Mauna Kea has a live web. Want to do planets and nebula? I think it would black holes would be really cool. Black holes would be wild. That kind of stuff is like deep space. I don't know if you can get black holes from a ground telescopes. Maybe you can. Yeah, all seven planets are in the night sky at sunset. Soon thereafter, they're not there because Mercury and Saturn and Neptune set relatively quick. Then a couple hours later, Venus sets. So half set real quick. But then you have, like right now, Jupiter, Mars, and Uranus are still out. Uranus is really hard to see, but Jupiter and Mars are easy to see with your eyes, and we're looking at Jupiter. Yeah, Becca's in here. Thank you, Becca. We've grown. This channel's grown like over the past few months from a couple thousand people to like 110,000. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm really glad you're here, and I look forward to sharing more astronomy with you. I'm getting more and more gear. I have the tracker set up so I can do some pretty cool live streams soon. Right now, I think my weakest link is my internet. So I'm forced to do just the mobile live still until I can get a better internet solution to be able to use the computer with OBS. And then I can use telescope cameras to give you an even better look. But right now, I don't have enough internet service here to do that. But when I'm traveling, we get me up on the road, then it'll be fine because then I'll just have internet where I go. You know, I just live in the middle of nowhere. They have like just better than dial up here. It's pretty slow. I'm amazed this is working. Is this coming through pretty good? If it is, I'm impressed. But oh, zoom into this. Yeah, I can't. The pan is having a hard time. Pan this way. There we go. Because you guys are on the left side of this frame. So you guys might not see the comments where I see them, but the entire left side of the screen is you guys. Jupiter's like what, 800 million miles or something? Or no, that's Saturn, isn't it? Jupiter's like 400, 500. How many 100 million miles away is Jupiter tonight? Look it up. It'll tell you exactly how far away Jupiter is tonight because it changes every few minutes. Or every minute it's changing. I'm going to guess 400 million miles away is Jupiter. But I mean, when you're looking at, you look at stars through this that are tens of light years away or more, you know? Those moons. 484. All right. 484 million miles away is what we're looking at right now. And we can see different colored gases on the planet. Those moons are cool. Io, Callisto, Europa, and Ganymede. The four largest moons on Jupiter. First observed by Galileo in 1610 with a homemade telescope he made. No, Audrey, I can't. I don't think I can. Yeah, Saturn and Mercury are like doing a little do-si-do right now. I think Mercury's going above Saturn. I think they're in conjunction tonight or yet last night. But Mercury, it's real hard to see. They're really hard to see right after sunset. I went out tonight and I only had clouds like way down on the horizon, like just on the right on the edge of the horizon, and I couldn't see them. They must have been super close. Conjunction was tonight, yeah. And they're doing a little do-si-do. I think Mercury goes above Saturn and then goes back below it. We get a lot of retrograde action. And now retrograde, the planets don't move backwards in the sky. They never hit a retrograde motion fast enough to compete with the rotation of Earth, but they do slow down and speed up. And when they slow down, they go backwards in reference to the other planets and the stars and stuff in their normal pattern. So they will go backwards compared to the stars, but they'll always be moving, east to west across the southern sky when we see them, because they don't compete with our Earth rotation. But I think it would be Mercury is retrograding, right? If it's moving up above Saturn. That's just their relationship to us and our perspective. Whew. Orion looks beautiful tonight. Yeah, Jupiter's getting pretty low on the west. It's like 25, 30 degrees up. Skywatch planet apps. Yes, Stellarium for finding planets and stuff. And then I use, I think it's called Sky Tonight for their calendar of celestial events. You open that Sky Tonight and you just hit the calendar and it tells you, you know, the phase of the moon, any conjunctions going on, what planets are visible. You know, it just tells you all this cool stuff. And then I chase auroras and space weather too, which I wish we were getting a geomagnetic storm tonight because I got a pretty good view north. But the sun is still in solar maximum, so we have that going for us. We just had an X2 flare the other day from active region 4001, which is just rotating out of view on the right side of the sun. Outside Jupiter, Florida. How many confirmed moons Jupiter has? That's a good question. How many confirmed moons does Jupiter have? Greetings, Houston. Hi, Gina. See a 94 by Kim. Hard to see Saturn and Mercury. No, there's a blocking the sunset, so I have to drive 5 miles. Yeah, the mountain's probably blocking it. You really need a clear view all the way to the horizon, pretty much. It's best if you're actually up on a mountain looking. I haven't been able to capture it yet. I'll be out again tomorrow, every day, all the way through the end of the month. I'm going to be trying. Can't promise anything, though. "95 confirmed moons, only 4 are big enough for us to see, which all 4 we can see tonight. Io, Callisto, Europa, and Ganymede." Anybody know which one's which? I'm going to guess Io's on the bottom. The other 3 are up top. Kim wins. It's sad that I have to work while you're alive. Love your work, brother. Keep it up. Oh, man. Oh, thank you. Cruise control. Thank you. I'm going to post this live. I'll post it. Even though I flubbed up in the beginning. You guys can laugh at me in the comments. But I need to post more long format stuff, and until I'm like done filming the Dwarf 3 video, and because I haven't done like long format stuff. I'm new to this. So I'll post the live streams for now. And then in years, when I get good at making long videos, we can look back at these ones and laugh at me. All right? We can look back and be like, remember when Nate just sat there with a telescope and didn't know what he was doing? Yeah, I was there for that. Watched a few of Nate's lives, Kim. I've been doing it for years on TikTok. But as far as making long form content, trying to come out of my shell for it. It's easy when I'm live, though. So when I go in to make a video, I end up acting like I'm live because that's what I'm used to. And maybe that's just the style I need to go with. Just wing it. instead of being, because I'm not going to do overproduced stuff. I do all that stuff at work. I'm so sick of overproduced stuff. Been doing that for 25 years. My content's not going to be overproduced. It's going to be raw, authentic, genuine. It's going to give you realistic expectations of what to expect when you go out and stargaze and stuff like that. And I'm going to be honest with any kind of product recommendations and reviews. But I'm also going to like try to give you guys the experience. So like with the Dwarf 3, I've never really never really did like a lot of astrophotography or used a smart telescope before. So I'm recording and documenting my experience learning it from level 0, knowing nothing, and the experience I have with it and the excitement of that. Because I feel like that is what's missing in a lot of reviews with in general, across the board in all genres of things, is the experience. What's the experience like? You know, because I know when I'm looking to get into a hobby or something, I want to know like, am I gonna love this or am I gonna hate this? Is this gonna do this? And it's like silly stuff, you know? It's like, oh, is this gonna show the sun? Cool. Well, let's see what the sun looks like. Okay. Is this gonna show a planet? Cool. Well, not really, but let's see what it looks like anyhow. Oh, it could do daytime stuff. Let's go chase some birds. You know, the experience of it, the silliness of it. Ganymede, Callisto, Europa, Jupiter, Io. So Io is the one on the bottom. Sweet. You're welcome, Rain. Glad you're here. You're welcome, Gina. La Luna's here. Love your style. Thank you, Luna. Yeah, so I try to share my experience, and sometimes I get over the top. I know I do. I'm trying to dial it back a little bit, because because I know I want to be excited, and I'll be like, whoa, that's really cool. And instead of going, whoa, that's really cool, I'll come off like this, whoa, look at that, and I just like look at myself. I'm like, that was so cringe. Why'd you overdo it? So I'm trying to trying to just be natural, but I can't help. I hit record on the camera and I just start yelling at it. And I'm like, why am I yelling at a camera? I get excited or nervous or something, so I just yell. I'm a really soft spoken person. Why am I yelling? It's weird. What happens to you guys when you hit record on a camera in front of yourself? What do you say to the camera, honestly? Yeah, I'm an astronomer, I'm not an actor. But I'll turn on it's like, I'm having trouble controlling the volume of my voice. That kind of stuff, you know? Same thing, legitimately. Okay, so I'm not alone. I just like talk loud all of a sudden. I'm like, why am I talking loud? There's no reason to talk loud right now. Like, just talk. And I think the more I do it, the more I'll get comfortable. I'm really comfortable with the live streams. You know, the live streams I do, you guys keep comments and I'm reading them and it engages conversation. But when I'm just left there with a phone in a field and I'm supposed to talk, it's just so weird, guys. It's so weird. I'm just like, I'm talking to a phone. And then I start yelling at it. And then I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like Tom Cruise and I got to get the perfect shot. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Just chill. Hello, I am Techno Gamer. Hello, Techno Gamer. How are you doing? Your parents get the drag outside, point planets. Nice. Hey, you know, you could be getting in a lot of trouble, or you could be checking out the planets and preparing yourself for some great things, you know. A nice shot of Jupiter there. It's starting to get the Pepsi logo, red on top, blue on the bottom. Kids are tired of you pointing at the sky. Your parents enjoyed it this weekend. Nice. All right. Well, I think that about wraps that up. So I'm going to get you guys off the telescope, show you the telescope again, show you the setup. Let me get the light turned on. right. So we're going to wrap up, but here is the Orion XT8. If I can get the phone off of here. Okay. There it is. It's a 4-foot long, 8-inch diameter telescope. It's got some humidity on it tonight, but it did pretty good. And Jupiter is right there. Right up there. That little dot. And then Mars is up on the other side. Sirius is in the tree. There, right there, up in the tree. But really pretty night. And then I found this combo. It's not the best Barlow, but it's the one that works with Jupiter. Is this Omni 2X. Let me turn it around. By Celestron there. OMNI 2X Barlow. And then I just have an 8 to 24 millimeter zoom eyepiece. And see how that phone mount is? So it's holding the phone sideways and it just wanted to like fall down. So I had to like tighten it up really good. And then when what I was talking about is when I go higher, the YouTube Live wants to pause if this goes vertical. So I need to keep it horizontal. So it was a little bit of funky business when we went up to Mars. I had to keep adjusting this, but that's the telescope. But there's 8-inch Dobsonians they still make. Like Arpatura has an 8-inch, very comparable to this. I got the Artemis sticker and the Eclipse, from April last year. We did the total solar eclipse on this telescope. It's pretty cool. Got the white plastic chair and me. So we'll flip and you guys on here. All right, guys. So there we go. We had a nice little adventure up to Jupiter. Got to see Mars a little bit, but mostly Jupiter. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you guys have a great, and I don't know. See what tomorrow's looking like. I think tomorrow's looking good too. I use Astrospheric for cloud predictions. Tells you when ISS transits are, as well as, or ISS flyovers, as well as like a cloud forecast. Tomorrow's not good, Thursday's not good, Friday's not good. So it doesn't look like we have too many good days left. But Sunday and Monday look good. Hey, Kimberly, caught me just at the tail end here. But I'll post this for anybody that missed it, so everybody can see it. Let me know in the comments any questions. But that is my favorite telescope, is this Orion, okay? I'm biased towards it, and I've been ending my videos with this. The best telescope is the one that you're gonna use, all right? This was my first telescope, and it's still my favorite. It's the one I like to use a lot. It's manual, so I have to chase things, and it's not motorized, you know, and it's big, it's tough to travel with, but I love it so much because I just set it down and boom, I'm looking. It doesn't have a big tripod or anything. It is heavy, but it just sets down and you can sit and look in the side, you know? So like, if it's just me and you guys aren't here, I'm just sitting here, comfortably sitting in a chair, looking around at stuff, you know? It's really comfortable and easy to learn the night sky with. So that's huge, you know? That's huge. And there's Jupiter, right up there. But the best telescope is the one you're gonna use. So that, to me, is my best telescope. But it's not the best for astrophotography. It's not the best for deep sky or planetary astrophotography. It's the best for me to just sit down and have fun with. And it works well with my phone, with this eyepiece and that Barlow. But if I'm looking through it with my eyes, I don't use this eyepiece or this Barlow. That's only for my iPhone with you guys. It gives the best view, that combination. I have other eyepieces I use if I'm just looking through it, as well as I have a Schmidt-Cassegrain Nexstar 8SE telescope. It's a nice 8-inch, that orange one you may have seen. That's great for planets, the moon, the sun, and it can do deep sky stuff. There's like a focal reducer you put it in, so you can do deep sky imaging, and it's on a tracker, so it could do like, that one's kind of a jack of all trades, honestly. But it doesn't work real well with a phone. It works better with an astrophotography camera in there. Those sensor cameras you put in there, plug it into a computer or something. And then I have like a 70 millimeter travel telescope, like a little one. And that one, and two 70 and a 72. I used both of those with my phone in Florida on rocket launches with folks. And we've live streamed rocket launches from like 2 to 5 miles away. Looked awesome. But I had to manually chase it, so it was a little shaky. But I had the phone on the telescope, the little travel, that was really cool. But then I have the smart telescope, the Dwarf 3 right now, and I'll be making a big video about that. I've been filming a lot with it. And that thing, if you want to capture like galaxies and nebula and stuff, these smart telescopes are incredible. They really are incredible. You can just set it down, get the app, turn it on, connect, pick an object, it does its thing, goes to it, and hit go. Okay? And in 5-10 minutes, you have the Orion Nebula, a really pretty picture of it or whatever. And you don't have to know anything about anything. To do that with a tracking telescope and a computer and software and everything, it's a lot of time and energy and resources to get into that. Now, is it going to give you what the other one can? Probably not, because it doesn't have, the focal length and stuff like that. But it can give you something that's really great, and if you're just getting into it, it's amazing. For me, I think it's more than enough. It's enough for a nice wallpaper on my computer or my phone, but also you print them out, and they're really good detail. So they're amazing. So if you get into astronomy and you're just like, I really would like to just do like deep sky stuff like that, maybe look at the smart telescopes. But I get asked thousands of times a day, what is the best telescope? What telescope do I recommend? And I'm going to recommend to everybody what I have, okay? A big Dobsonian, a small travel telescope, a smart telescope, and the Celestron Nexstar 8SE. Those 4. So, all right. Hope you guys have a good night. And this will be posted, so you guys will have that information, all right? Have a good night, and check out the link tree on my channel page. It has a free telescope buying guide, goes over the ins and outs of telescopes, all right? So, we'll see you. Have a great night, guys. Oh yeah, Becca's the best. Becca's the best. You guys are right here. You guys are like credits going up the screen right here for me. All right. Good night, guys.